Hey guys, welcome back to Adventure Camping. Tactical Nut here, and I've got another knife review for you. Today, we're going to be talking about the CRKT Foresight. Now, I didn't buy this knife. I actually got it from a buddy of mine who let me borrow it for testing and review purposes. I'd seen him carrying it one time we were out hunting, and was just kind of fascinated by it when I saw him using it and stuff. So I played with it a little bit. Then eventually, I convinced him to let me use it for testing and review. So let's go ahead and get the specs out of the way. 3.5-inch blade made out of Aus 8 steel. It is aluminum handle scales. As you can see, though, it does have grooves cut in it for your fingers. It is a liner lock, and you have a flipper here, but it is not spring assisted. This has their, as you'll see here, the IKBS ball bearing system. So tons of fun to play with. Now the handle scales, like I said, are aluminum. It is a partially open pillar constructed. You have a bit of a back spacer right here. And just so you know, the liners, stainless steel liners, only go to about right here. So they do not go all the way through the handle. Which is pretty cool, because I thought, that would be good. It'll keep it down on weight. Which leads me to the weight. 6.3 ounces. Ooh, yeah, no, that's kind of heavy. But, just to kind of let you know, the Rockwell hardness is 58 to 59, so the edge retention has been really good. I haven't hard used it because it's not my knife, and I didn't want to risk messing it up or anything. But I have EDC'd it for a while. Probably about a month or so. Maybe a little bit longer. Pocket clip is only right side only, tip down. There is no other option. If you see, though, obviously no holes. You do get a lanyard hole, though. It is a very small pocket clip. But I will say, in pocket, I really like the pocket clip because it does go very tight, which you can decide for yourself, but basically the knife disappears in your pocket. All you see is that little bitty clip. It is really tight, so it is very secure. Does not come out accidentally whatsoever, but you actually kind of have to grab onto the base of the knife. What's that? Like pick up on your pocket like that in order to get it out. That's how tight it is. Now, if you see, it goes around the back of the knife right here. Let me give you a contrast and see if that helps you see it. Into the knife in there. So I didn't try to take it out. I didn't want to bend it because it's not my knife. I didn't want to loosen it up. Maybe he likes that. But the handle scales are aluminum. They're made out of a 420 J2 aluminum. And usually, in my experience, aluminum handled knives are usually really lightweight. That's kind of the advantage of having aluminum. But these are really thick. And if you could just notice how thick this knife is, it's beefy. The thickness of the blade give you very thick blade, so it would lend itself, as you would think, as definitely a hard-use pocket knife. Was designed by Ken Onion, who is a very famous, really well-known worldwide knife designer. As you can see, first production run made by CRKT. Model number right there for you if you want to pause it. The lockup is solid. I'll tell you what, there is no front to back, no side to side play whatsoever. And this thing is addictive. I just driving around, I'm flipping this thing. I'm sitting around the house, I'm flipping this thing. It's just fun. I love the ball bearing system that this thing has. Now, when he gave it to me, it wasn't real sharp. He has openly admitted that he does not enjoy sharpening knives, so he usually gives them to a buddy of his to do that for him, because he does have a lot of knives. But it will take a razor sharp edge, and hopefully you can see that mirror edge on it, which is what I did. I put it on my sharpening system. And this thing was just, I was impressed. Oops, sorry if I held it better. No problems whatsoever. I mean, it was shaving wood. I used it for, you know, mostly EDC tasks. I did shave down some sticks and stuff like that. Did a little bit of notching with it. But like I said before, I didn't put it to real hard use because it's not mine. But man, this thing is really, really cool. But I am going to have to give it a couple of knocks though. One, the weight, 6.3 ounces, and as you can see with this kind of width, that's beefy in your pocket. Now, if you're just carrying your regular pants pocket, you kind of just got to decide what else is going to go in that pocket, because this is going to take up a lot of it. And then, of course, the weight, 6.3 ounces, is heavy. And then, of course, the third thing, and this is the only three things that I really didn't like about it. Well, if you're really gripping down on it and, you know, really trying to shave into some woods, this pocket clip right here will really dig into your hand. Now, the rest of this is smooth. The finger grooves fit perfect in the hand, as you can see. As I hold up here, I mean, it really matches up perfect. And I mean, if you're just gripping with a normal grip and you're not gripping the pocket clip, you're okay. But if you grip up a little bit higher to get a little more control and you're not wearing gloves, I mean, that really starts to dig into your hand right here and gets pretty uncomfortable. So from that aspect, I kind of wish that the pocket clip was longer. That way, you know, when you put your hand onto it, it'd be more, even though it is grooved right there, just like the handle scale, it's still, that little part that sticks up, it really does dig into your hand. So just something to make note of. But everything about it screams hard use. Backpacker's knife? No. If you're going to be hiking a long way, you're going to carry a fixed blade, you're going to carry a lightweight pocket knife. 6.3 ounces, to me, that's a bit much. But, you know, just going camping, as I call car camping, which means you're not parked that far away, around the house, knife, even EDC. I mean, it is big for EDC. I know a lot of guys that are willing to carry heavier knives for EDC, just because, you know, you're not going long distances with it. So I will still put it in that category. Definitely collectible, definitely fun to play with, and as you can see, there is some jimping here on the liner. So I mean, it locks into your hand. I've had no issues whatsoever because of the grooves right along here. No problems with sliding, even if my hands were a little bit wet or if it was raining outside. But like I said, the only downside was the hot spot that came off of this pocket clip. And once again, since it's not mine, I wasn't going to mess with it at all to see if this could be bent, or if there, I didn't even look to see if there's any other options for pocket clips that you could exchange with it. But since I'm right-handed and it's right side only, didn't have to move it. If you're a lefty, sorry, you're going to have to carry it on the right side. But I mean, it's fully ambidextrous as far as the deployment goes, because it's only the flipper. There are no thumb studs. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I have to give it slightly a fourth knock. It is a little bit difficult to sharpen. The thickness of the blade, I mean, I had to sharpen it. It was about a 24-degree angle. But getting right down here on my sharpening system was fairly difficult, because I have one that's very similar to the Apex Pro. If you just use a stone, it's not that big a deal. But what I had to do to get this part of the blade was take my stones off of the sharpening system and lay it flat, and then just do it by hand. So I mean, yeah, I have mentioned some kind of bad points. I mean, I'm not completely sold. Would I buy this? I'm kind of still up in the air. It is really fun to play with. I mean, I'll give you that. It does a lot of work. It could really be used for some hard use. Hard use wearing gloves. Let's just give it that. I'll get, you know, got to give it the little asterisk. The edge retention on it has been really, really good. So, you know, I'll leave it up to you as to whether you would want to try it out or not. Cabela's has this for, I think, $100. A lot of websites sell it anywhere from $70 to $100. I think he said he got it for $80, maybe a year or two ago. But I'll tell you what, I mean, with the thickness of the blade, you aren't going to break it. It's got a strong tip, good drop point, slightly modified drop point on it, so a lot of belly. You could really use it for skinning, which is what he was using it for when we were out hunting. So definitely, I mean, it's kind of like right on the fence of whether I think a lot of people would want it or not want it. You know, the weight's going to hit it. The coating on it has held up extremely well. I mean, you can see it's starting to get a little bit of wear right here, but I've used it a lot, and it's probably one of the best blade coatings I've ever used for it's not coming off. But man, I mean, I know I'm probably, hopefully I'm helping you some, but obviously you can probably tell just by my reaction, I'm not 100% sold on it, but I'm not ruling it out either. It's, you know, with AUS 8, it is good stainless steel, so, and it's coated, so you're really not going to get any rust out of it, just along your edge. It does take a razor sharp edge, but heavy, and you know, of course, the major hot spot right here. So I don't know. I'm not going to call this a win. I'm not going to call it a loss. Love the ball bearing system. Hopefully, I can get another knife sometime soon. I'm getting ready to order another one from CRKT. Hopefully it will be here within about a week or so. Got a delicate review coming up, just so you know. But yeah, CRKT Foresight, great, what I would call hard use, Ken Onion design. On the fence though, I gotta say, on the fence. Alright, hopefully this has helped you. Maybe it hasn't, and I hate saying that, but you know, it kind of is what it is. It's razor sharp, you know, possibility, blade centering perfection, smooth as butter, easy to deploy, but heavy, bulky, with the major hot spot here. Alright, hope this helps you. Hopefully. Alright guys, in the meantime, be prepared, have fun.